In this video, we'll have a look at how we can use a thresholding tool. It's a great tool in order to make a segmentation on the pharynx or the maxillary sinuses, or for example, a clearly depicted part of the bone or teeth on the CBCT scan. In order to use a thresholding tool, the first thing you'll want to do is open up the sidebar and go to Edit CBCT mode. Then we'll select which anatomy we'll want to segment. For the purpose of this video, we'll select the maxillary sinus. And finally, we'll click on Ortho Slices in order to open up all the views, as it's the best way to use the thresholding tool. Next, as we are assuming that there was no segmentation yet, we'll remove the suggestion from the AI by right-clicking on the icon and clicking on Delete. Next, we'll make sure to go to the toolbar on the left and click on the fifth icon in the toolbar in order to open up the thresholding tool. We'll click on it, and first we'll wait a few seconds in order to allow the thresholding tool to do some processing in the back. Once it is done, you'll see that a series of balls appear on each of the different views. You'll see it inside of the 3D view, but also actual sagittal and coronal view. These balls allow you to define the bounding box where the thresholding tool is active. Simply drag them around in order to encapsulate the entire anatomy that you want to segment. When you are happy with the result, go to the top bar and you can start playing around with the thresholding values. Right now, there are two values that you can change: the lower threshold and the upper threshold. We simply drag the lower threshold to the left in order to also include darker values in the scan. Right now, for example, you'll see that also the black values in the scan are included. When I drag it again further to the right, you'll see that they will no longer be included. Let's drag that back to the left. And now let's make sure that we are only including the darker values. As we are selecting the maxillary sinus, we do not want to include the bony parts. So let's drag that to the left until we are only including the air cavity inside of the sinus. Okay. We can also check if the 3D model makes sense to us. And when we are happy, we'll click on the Apply button. This will make the actual segmentation inside of the app. Now that it's done, you can click on Refresh 3D, and the new 3D model will be generated that we've just created. As you can see, by thresholding, we've also included some small parts outside of the actual patient. We recommend to simply remove those using some of the other tools like the contour tool or the livewire tool.